Judge Sizzla from a dancehall stand?
Because
if you over here start sing according to you, if you over here start sing in a reggae music, a thing where you call righteousness, and then over here so now you sing decadence, why a man shouldn't wait? Why them shouldn't wait? Why them shouldn't wait? I have put that out to you, you know.
You can weigh it, Muta.
Yeah, but
weighing it, there's an aspect of the dancehall world that is just a sense of entertainment.
So you don't forget about the part there, him then?
I would say that should not be the criteria by which one judges him.
Mm-hmm. But you know, not about judgment. Why, if a man listen to a righteous man, sing something that is deemed decadent, why is it that you shouldn't rethink your stand and how you see him, how you view him? Why is it?
Because
like if me start make some poetry about this and this and this and this and that, why is it that a man shouldn't start say blood bad? I'm Muta say them thing the rest of. Me never expect Muta to say them someday.
I blessed good evening to you, Mutabaruka. Divine one. So, yes, I am giving thanks and praises to the divine for this moment, just being able to speak to you directly.
Yeah.
Yes, my beloved. So, Mutabaruka, I am just feeling a divine space of anointment in this moment to say to you, I have been hearing the controversy in Jamaica around Sizzla. And his appointment to the leadership role in Rastafari.
To the leadership role in the Naya being a theocratic house.
Yes. And, you know, Mutabaruka, I am hearing the many criticisms that the Rastafarians have for Sizzla. And as I'm listening to the many criticisms, I am feeling deeply that in the unrighteousness of any human, there is no other worthy of judging. And in the goodness, there is also no one qualified to judge. And
hold on. Me understand what you're saying, Bridget. When you say, I mean, no, if a man do something wrong, you can't say him wrong.
No,
if a man a thief continuously, you can't say him is a thief.
What we're saying, Muta, is that at this given juncture of our evolution, even the thief, even the murderer, when we look at unrighteousness in whatever form or shape it takes on, we are saying we need to use the spirit of discernment other than the spirit of judgment. And in the nature of Rastafari, as a people, we just want to put it out there, Mutabaruka, that
what if the power grid can't keep up? The world is rapidly shifting.
Put it out there, Mutabaruka, that we want to allow the space for growth. And whatever pathway that Sizzla is on, I would love to declare tonight, non-apologetically, saying, let the spirit of Sizzla be anointed by the gifts of appreciation coming from whoever it is. There is enough good in Sizzla for us to appreciate. And there is a love that I am speaking of in Sizzla for Rastafari. In my observation, hearing him from the beginning to now, and whatever path that he has walked on that people could judge him. I am only saying that there is a love that he has for Rasta, for black people, for black Africa, and he needs the support. I find it to be extremely courageous the movement in Nyabingi, young and old, that he should take the stand that he has taken, and whatever critical voice that we have for him, we need to allow the space to give more support than tearing down. And in wherever Sizzla is tonight, and whatever support system that he has received, I am just putting it out there that whoever is listening in the name of Rastafari, whether you like Sizzla or not, Sizzla has taken a stand as a youth in the empowerment of Haile Selassie I, in the empowerment of King Emmanuel, in the empowerment.
So to the other people them who did stand up this in the empowerment of Haile Selassie, the same people them who him now declare say him at the phone.
We are saying now.
No, who is we? Me I say to the people them who was there before, who have the authority before him did come there. Okay. The executives of the Nyabingi Council. To them people there.
Okay. Now, Muta, let us look at the elders before Sizzla.
No, we're not talking about elders before Sizzla. No, we are talking about the people them who Sizzla declare null and void. The CEO, the administration, the council of the Millennium Council, all of them have been declared by Sizzla and him friend them as null and void. To those people? What is saying about those people?
Let us continue to celebrate anyone that takes a stand for the progress of Rastafari. But what I want to put out there again, non-apologetically, Muta, is that Sizzla has been a force in the movement.
So these people who was there wasn't a force in the movement?
We're not saying that they were not a force in the movement.
So what you're saying, because you're saying Sizzla is a force in the movement. What happened to the elders them who was the authority, the authority of the Nyabingi house? That now Sizzla come now and say these
elders, whoever they are,
yes,
or was, there is something about Sizzla.
Yes.
Now, there's something of Sizzla that is so potent here and now.
Brethren, I have heard you say that about many Rasta.
And what I've
heard you say, this is not the first Rasta I have heard you say there's something potent about these people. I am saying to you, what happened to the people them who Sizzla now declare null and void?
I am not sure of who Sizzla have declared null and void.
The ones them who him declare null and void were the ones who were legitimately elected by the Nyabingi Ada. Not a minority, but the Nyabingi, including the man them who vote for Sizzla. They also were the ones who vote for the ones them who now is declared by Sizzla null and void. Sizzla cannot make the Millennium Council. I am not a member of none of these things, but Sizzla cannot make the Millennium Council null and void because he is not a member of the Millennium Council. He don't have no authority to do that because the Millennium Council is made up of different organizations. He was made the president for one Rasta organization. So him cannot come round now and make all Rasta organization null and void.
Well, I am not aware of all.
Well, you have to be aware of it before you talk. You have to be aware of it before you talk.
I am knowing that he is elected as the head of the Nyabingi movement.
And then him turn around and make every other thing null and void. He make the Nyabingi, he make the Millennium Council. You cannot have one organization, whether you feel that the organization is doing nothing or not doing anything. You cannot make the next organization null and void. Because the Millennium Council is an umbrella organization of 12 tribes, of Bobo, of Naya Bingi. So you, as a head of one organization, cannot turn around and make other organizations null and void.
Well, he did not make and has not the authority to make the Bobo Shanti none and void.
No, I am talking about the Millennium Council. There is a report that is put out there by this new president that he has made the former council null and void of the Nyabingi House and also the Millennium Council. I am saying that the only way the Millennium Council can be null and void if a group of people, which is an umbrella, I couldn't be a member of the Millennium Council because I am just an individual that don't belong to the organization. So one man from one organization over there so can make the umbrella organization of Rasta null and void. Unless we go take that up on him as a dictator.
Well, when you speak of a dictator in the movement,
dictator meaning say you going to come now and say this is that, this is that, this is that. You not have no relevance again. Me done with you. You over there, so you not have no more relevance. Me done with you. So see the relevance so right now. This is it.
Well, the relevance of Rasta in Jamaica for so long, there is a stand that the Nyabingi movement has taken, and there's a stand that the Bobo Shanti have taken. It would seem as if some of the movement is somewhat null and void. It would seem as if the
what part of the movement is null and void?
I'm saying to you, Muta.
You said there's some part of the movement that is null and void.
Well,
what part of the movement is null and void?
I would be looking at aspect of, say, the Millennium Council as a movement.
All right. If the Millennium Council is null and void, you over there so cannot decide that.
I am using the term probably.
Yeah, but no problem. Me I deal with brethren. Me I deal with something really so now. Me I do no probability. You can't stay over connect the cut and tell me about probability. Me I tell you say you can't over there so and tell me say the Millennium Council is null and void.
I am not saying that.
It may not function. Yeah, but that is what Sizzla do. That is what Sizzla do. And the brethren, them who and Negos and all them, that's what they make them do. Them call the CEO and all of the administrator of the Nyabingi Council null and void. And them turn around and say the Millennium Council is null and void. By from what authority are they saying this thing from one organization? If you want to create something in your organization and say, yeah, well, you don't want a president there again, so you make that null and void. So you come now and you say, well, this are the president me want, or this are the secretary me want, or this are the treasurer me want. That is your thing. But then, when you talk about now, the sum total of this thing, you Sizzla can't go amongst the Bobo, them go tell them, say, them can't allow this and them can't allow that.
No, well, Sizzla will not have the authority when it comes to the Bobo Shanti.
Yeah, well, that means I said, neither the 12 tribe.
I am looking at you and I am saying to you, there is aspect of the movement.
Yes.
Such as the Millennium Council and the 12 tribes of Israel.
Yeah.
And it would seem as if the Bobo Shanti and the Nyabingi at this given juncture seems to be the most stable, functional aspect of the movement.
By what authority you say that?
I am only speaking within observation. Maybe
what
I
you observe, it's make you say that. That may I ask you what you observe make you say that.
Observing how the 12 tribes of Israel and their potency in years past, the active flow of their movement in Jamaica.
Yeah.
I am not sure whether they have their monthly gatherings the way they used to. I'm not sure if they have the kind of organizational, administrative quality as it used to be in the 70s and the probably.
Well, obviously them do have that potency. But when I said to you, A man over there so who belong to a next organization can't come decide the 12 tribe have no authority against them about defunct it.
I thought Sizzla was anointed by 12 tribes and
Nobody,
by
no,
Millennium Council and by Naya Bingi and by Bobo Shanties.
Look here. That's what I'm saying to you. That you can't still connect the cutlass or no.
I am
and
not
decide we're
in
going over here. So
here.
I have said to you that.
Welcome to the Real Change Podcast.
The sister named Esther, when it was said that Sizzla is the, I know, you know, so the first I ever mentioned this but no program at all. When it come out say Sizzla is the head of Rasta, which is that head of Gorod, Esther come on the radio and say, no one authorized Sizzla to be the head of Bobo. All right. It was said that Sizzla was crowned, coronated as the head of Rasta. Well, I hear Sizzla up on the radio clarify it and say he is the president of the Nyabingi house, right? So that is a one house of many houses of Rasta. He never say he is the head of 12 tribe. He never say he is the head of the Bobo. He say he is the president of the Nyabingi house.
Okay.
All right. So whether he did say he is the head of Rasta before, what I hear with my ears on the radio, him say him is the head, he was made the president of the Nyabingi house. No. If you is not a part of the Nyabingi house, unless him is going to turn round the corner and declare now, say, since him is the head of the Nyabingi house, him is the head of Rasta, then no, it's a problem. Because him never said that. Him never said him is the head of Rasta. Him say him is the president of the Nyabingi house. Now, if there's some underlying thing going on where nobody knows, where Sizzla say, yeah, me is the head of the Nyabingi house, that makes me the head of Rasta. Some people in the Nyabingi house say, well, if him is the head of the Nyabingi house, him is the head of Rasta, then it's a serious problem. Because the Bobo them don't think that. And most Rasta don't give to that. Now, one is saying that if Sizzla can do what him is doing, make him do it. But it's me personally, you know, I cannot stand here and say Sizzla is the head of Rasta. And then now say, it's like I got no call upon some divine madness to come say define this and define that. Because even you, I have heard you said these things, but many youth when me see rise up about these things. And then in the bottom line of it, you get the disappointment strike in. So I am not in the euphoria of people rising up and saying that, and then know that the bottom line is the bottom line.
Well, maybe Sizzla needs a support system.
But Sizzla get support system. They them not get support system. He might get support system from the people them who elect him. He might get support from the state. I hear Sizzla said there's no fundamental difference between Bobo and 12 tribe. And I say, how do you can stand up and say that? Because I never usually say nothing about it, you know. How do you can say there's no fundamental difference when Prince Emmanuel is the God, the Black Christ?
We're King Emmanuel, please, appropriately, King Emmanuel. And I speak right now in the authority of King Emmanuel to say, Sizzla could not make the statement that Bobo Shanti and Nyabingi comes from the same root in the nature of King Emmanuel. Because King Emmanuel has developed an order, and a perfect order, that if Sizzla is anointed and appointed as a Rasta, Bobo Shanti, then I cannot see Sizzla making a comparison of the Bobo Shanti and the Nyabingi.
There is a whole heap of fundamental difference between the Nyabingi and the Bobo. Simple. There's one of the main fundamental difference is that the Bobo them say Prince Emmanuel is the Almighty, the Black Christ in flesh. There's no Nyabingi man going to say that. No Nyabingi man going to say that. So that is a big fundamental difference. So
And also,
him can't come on the radio and say that. I mean, him can say it, but it is not true. You see, it is not true. There's a big fundamental difference there. Prince Emmanuel is not the Almighty God to the Maya Bingi man.
King Emmanuel, for the Bobo Shanti, hold an order, and that order, the Bobo Shanti lives a principle, lives a dignity in the Rastafari movement that is par excellence. And King Emmanuel as a model. If Sizzla is walking in the footstep of King Emmanuel, he is doing excellent.
For you know Sizzla as walking in the footsteps of Prince Emmanuel.
You know, Mutabaruka, I know Sizzla to take a stand.
No, that's one quick bridging. Me not have no judgment, because you talk all these things about Prince Emmanuel. I mean, I ask you if you know Sizzla as a man who's walking in the footsteps of Prince Emmanuel.
I am not one to judge.
Not that you say, but a judge, not a judgment. It's not a judgment, because you bring up the walking footsteps, It's you just to say, walking in the footsteps of somebody else. I never talk about it. I never mention it.
I use the term, if Sizzla is walking in the footsteps of King Emmanuel.
What is the footsteps you're talking about? Tell me, what is the footsteps?
The bylaws that King Emmanuel have laid down.
Like what? Like what?
Africa for the Africans.
That is a walking. If you say that, you're walking in the footsteps. Because every Pan-Africanist, Marcus Garvey man say Africa for Africans.
It's not just talking, Muta. It's working.
Yes.
So Sizzla.
Yes.
I am not to judge Sizzla's work.
Okay.
And knowing that Sizzla has space to grow.
Yes.
And to perfect his being, and to purify his being, and to sanctify his being, I would love the space, the platform for that to happen. And I feel deeply that holding a post of such authority, you must be very careful with the responsibility, because leadership comes with accountability. And so I do not see Sizzla as someone taking on this responsibility, this authority, and walking in ungodliness, walking in the path of impurities. And
what you call impurities? What you call impurities? Ungodliness and all this. What you call ungodliness and impurities? Walking in, like what? Like what you call so? I mean, I hear these terminologies, walking in impurities, walking in ungodliness. What you call that? What is that?
There is a state of uprightness.
Impurities, uprightness, and godliness are the same word.
If you're walking in the state of truth.
What is that, brethren? What is that? What is godliness? What is truth? What is uprightness? What is all of these things you're saying him should walk in or grow in? What is that? What is it?
If we want to eliminate the word godliness
or uprightness, what is the uprightness then?
I would be looking at the uprightness of Sizzla being right now, taking a stand to wipe away the bondage of white supremacy upon the psyche of black people. Looking at black Africa and wanting this place which is called Black Africa in your heart, in your way of life,
and Rasta have that,
which is called Black Africa, in your heart, in your way of life,
and Rasta have that.
Try the new
And in real life.
There is a space in Rastafari that speak of this pathway. And the livity of Rastafari represents that pathway. And if the livity of Rastafari that represents the upliftment and the redemption for Black Africa and for Black people globally, this pathway, this is what we called, lack of a better term, a godliness. This is what we call an uprightness. And there is a place in Rasta that holds that. And now I feel deeply that Sizzla have this yearning within his being to see a fulfillment.
Obviously.
Of this walk.
Obviously, him have that yearning.
Walk. And deeply, he has to be admired. And also, the only thing I want to put out to Sizzla, if Sizzla is listening, is to know deeply within his being that in Black Africa, what we're used to is Queen Mother's anointing man to become king, chiefs.
Yeah, well, that's not happening in Rasta. So you can't just nobody even talk about that. That's not happening in Rasta. Rasta get elected by a democratic process with a man or woman involved in it. And as a matter of fact, the CEO of the Naya Bingi before Sizzla come was a woman.
And now that Sizzla is there, it would feel as if more women will have more active role and more.
Why you say that? Why that give you the impression that will happen?
Because Sizzla deeply, if you listen to Sizzla music from an earlier stand.
Yeah, but we hear them bridging. All right. Like what? Like Black Woman and Child?
Yes, there is a depth in Sizzla and a space in Sizzla.
You see that depth in a most reggae artist, bridging. Sizzla is a genuine youth, you know. Sizzla is a genuine Rasta youth who really mean to do something. But when you start talking about now, if you look on the music, I mean, artists sing music, Virgin.
Yes, and Sizzla did not come into Rasta and reggae music out with a negative intention.
No one coming to Rasta with a negative intention. I don't know what